Okay, you have many choices when you go to buy salmon today, which is one of the most popular fish cooked and bought. 75% of all fish bought is salmon. So you can have the farm raised, you can have the organic, and you can have the Pacific or wild. So what's to do about all of these? Okay, so farm raised, which is very typical, and I tend to use more farm raised probably than I should. The problem with farm raised today is that this fish, the salmon, have been overfished. There's a loss of habitat. There's pollution in the water. They live in cramped conditions, and therefore they get sick and they have to be given tons of antibiotics. So, it is the most inexpensive. I think if you're not eating it more than twice a week, the benefits definitely outweigh the risks. So organic salmon, which we all know because it costs so much, is actually better for us and healthier for us. It's raised in fish farms that are more responsible, have more oversight of what's being fed to the fish. They're usually giving them organic feed, they're recycling the water, and there's a restriction on antibiotics and also a restriction on how many are raised in the area, but it costs a pretty penny. Okay, and finally, wild salmon or Pacific salmon. This is probably the healthiest of all. It's raised in a natural environment, which means it eats whatever's in its environment, so it's not given any certain feed. Tends to be higher in protein and nutrients like omega-3s, and it swims more, so it eats more. So again, if it's available and you can afford the price, the wild salmon is probably one of the key salmon varieties to buy.